Hi, I'm Natalie Chung, owner of Natural Blush by Natalie. So today in this video we're just going to be talking a little bit about social media and my journey as an SPMU artist. Social media marketing for a PMU artist is so important. I totally understand that people don't know how to use social media or they don't know what they're doing when they start a business, but even when I'm training people now, I think it's the most important part of it. You've got to be able to know how to take pictures, you've got to be able to know how to showcase your work to Instagram or TikTok or whatever you're going to use. Otherwise, how are people meant to know whether you're good or not? The biggest struggle for social media marketing, I'd say, at the beginning was that I didn't really know how to do it. I didn't know how to make reels. I remember messaging someone actually who was a makeup artist and she was doing reels on her page and I didn't know how to put the writing at the bottom. I didn't know how to cut anything. And she just sent me this little thing of how you do it. And she was like, if you Google it, it'll show you how you do everything. So I just used to Google everything that I needed to know how to do. Even now, I'd say when I do a reel, say, and it reaches a high engagement or it goes viral, you do get quite a lot of engagement from other cities or other countries. Your reels are going viral to 2 million people and you're getting loads of followers, but they're all people who aren't necessarily going to book in. I think it's so important to develop a social media strategy. I usually set it out so I know that I'll post maybe a before and after, so that's your work. And then the next one might be something that's educational. And then the next post might be something where it might be me talking about something. And I try and mix it up so that I'm not always doing the same thing, because ideally people get bored. They don't want to see you posting the same thing all the time. You can look to see which ones are getting the highest reach or which ones are getting more followers or which ones are getting more bookings, and then just write everything down so that I know which ones have done well and which ones haven't. My biggest success for social media to date, I think, was when I started doing the process reels. I started doing reels when the clients were lying down, their face, without the lip blush, then as I was doing the pre-draw, as I was doing the actual procedure, and then at the end. They were quite slow as well, and it was always someone who sort of had a little pretty face. One of them hit 1 million views and I got quite a lot of followers from it as well. And then from then got quite a lot of bookings as well from people. Once your reach gets to a high engagement, you tend to get high engagements on all the other things that you post as well then. I think it's really important to stick to a content plan or schedule. I tend to do maybe one every 2 days. Or even if you're posting 4 a week. There's also apps that you can use. So I use an app where I can plan out exactly what I'm going to post so I can see what it looks like on the page. So you want the page to sort of look aesthetically pleasing as well to the eye, so that people look at the page and think, right, I'm going to follow that page. If it looks all a bit too cluttered or muddled up, then it probably doesn't look as good. There's loads of different types of content that you can post. So obviously you could just do one still post. You could do a carousel. So when you do the carousels, I like to do posts and then some videos as well, so that it's mixing it up. And obviously you can post up to 20 now as well, can't you? So that's good, because I feel like it keeps people on the page for longer. The reels, they're really good. I usually do either dead short reels, which tend to get high engagement, and then if you do longer reels, I wouldn't say the engagement's as high, but I'd say they're better for sales. Common mistakes I see when people are making social media is that sometimes when they're putting pictures together, they do it wrong. So they might do a picture of a lip from one side and then the after picture might be from another side, and it doesn't look right, so they're not on the same angles. Another thing I'd say is when people have their pages in patterns, I do think it looks slightly dated at the minute, so I think maybe move on from that. If you're good at social media, then it translates into getting bookings, because you're putting your face out there as well on your page. A couple of people who've booked in with me as students have said the reason why we booked in with you for training was because you were doing talking videos and you were doing educational content. So I think if you're good, people can see that your page is good and think, oh, I'd like to book in with her. Also, if you're offering courses, you can add that onto your courses and say, we'll help you with your social media after you finish your course as well. Advice I'd give to, new PMU artists and wanting to, build up their online presence, I'd say that make sure you actually invest in a course that's going to offer that. So with my beginners course, we actually go over social media and, how to put pictures together, how to post, when to post, when's the best time to get good engagement. So it's always just good to train with someone originally who's actually good at that as well. Thanks for watching today. If you want any more information on me or any of my training, then there'll be links in the description. Bye.